Good morning, everyone. I'm Daniel Drake.
And I'm Alicia Burke. Welcome to Long Beach Local News' weekly update. Please feel free to join our live chat and let us know your questions. We'll try our best to address as many as we can throughout the show. Let's begin with breaking news. Long Beach PD is seeking the public's help in locating an at-risk missing person. 22-year-old Christopher James Timmons was last seen on August 19th at approximately 3:08 p.m. Timmons was last seen leaving a medical facility in the 1000 block of Linden Avenue. He suffers from medical conditions and becomes easily disoriented and confused. Timmons has been reported missing in the past and has been located throughout Southern California. Timmons is familiar with the area and capable of using public transportation. Anyone with information regarding the missing person is urged to call the LBPD Missing Persons Detail at 562-570-7246 or Police Dispatch at 562-435-6711.
This is a terrible thing. It happens now and then in Long Beach, but I think it's especially difficult when somebody's so young and when we have health issues that aren't always visible. So trying to see somebody that's notably needing help or contact can be a challenge.
Absolutely. Definitely use those numbers if you do spot Timmons, though.
Definitely. But with the upcoming city elections in 2022, candidates are starting to pioneer their campaign trails. Just this morning, I had a chance to speak with Steven Estrada of District 1. Estrada is a community organizer and activist running on a communist platform, which I believe is one of the first city council members to do so, openly at least. Focusing on the working class of Long Beach, Estrada spoke about mobilizing against police injustice, organizing programming for our unhoused neighbors, and advocating for the everyday people who, quote, make this city run. To get to know Estrada as well as other candidates a little bit better and through the upcoming election, we will be starting a new segment called Meet the Candidates this Friday by hearing from Estrada firsthand. So keep an eye out and let us know some of your questions for them, as well as we'll do our best to ask our questions that are most important to you. So it's some exciting stuff because I know this is going to be a really heated election. There's been a lot of changes throughout the city, so people were hoping to see someone exciting that really represents them.
Absolutely, and we'll get to know them a little bit better, so that'll be fun. All right, so the U.S. Food and Drug Administration recently amended the emergency use authorizations for both Pfizer and Moderna COVID-19 vaccines to allow for a third dose for certain immunocompromised individuals. Following the guidance and recommendations from the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and the Western States Scientific Safety Review Work Group, the Health and Human Services Department and COVID-19 vaccine providers in the city will begin offering third doses to those who have certain immunocompromised conditions. The third vaccine dose is not a Delta booster. It is offered to people with very specific underlying health conditions to add another layer of protection to those immunocompromised individuals. Studies indicate some immunocompromised people don't always build the same level of immunity after vaccination the way non-immunocompromised people do, and may benefit from an additional dose to ensure adequate protection against COVID-19. The FDA's recent EUA amendment only applies to mRNA COVID-19 vaccinations, Moderna and Pfizer, as does the CDC's recommendation. There is not enough data at this time to determine whether immunocompromised people who received Johnson & Johnson's Janssen COVID-19 vaccine also have an improved antibody response following an additional dose of the same vaccine. As such, at this time, healthcare providers and the health department will not administer an additional vaccine dose for people who first received Johnson & Johnson's Janssen COVID-19 vaccine. The city's vaccine clinics are open 6 days per week across Long Beach, and mobile vaccine vans can visit those who are unable to travel to a city vaccine site. Appointments for vaccines are encouraged, though not required. People interested in scheduling an appointment or need further information may call 562-570-4636 or email COVID-19vaccine@longbeach.gov for assistance. Appointments can also be made at myturn.ca.gov. So this is great, information for those who have that immunocompromised, So as we were talking earlier, it's only if you had the Moderna and Pfizer, and you have to get the same third dose as you got the first time. So for those looking to do that, make sure that you remember that.
And I think it's good to note that this is not about the Delta variant. This is about those who are immunocompromised that really need that extra help.
That layer of protection, absolutely.
So until further notice, those who are not immunocompromised, who are vaccinated, really don't need to worry yet.
And the website too also had a lot of information, and it had details of who those people specifically are. So if you do feel like you are that person, definitely check out the website for more information.
But there are new regulations coming. So the City of Long Beach health officials announced late Wednesday that they will require a face covering at quote unquote mega outdoor events, along with proof of vaccination or a negative COVID-19 test for large indoor events. The new health order will go into effect at 12:01 a.m. on Thursday, while the new requirement for proof of vaccination at indoor events with over 1,000 or more people is effective starting September 20th. The new health order will affect the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach, which I know so many people are excited for, including us, which attracts more than 100,000 people over 3 days this year, September 24th to 26th. The city said Wednesday that it will specifically require staff and spectators at the Grand Prix to show proof of vaccination or a negative COVID-19 test to enter, and masking for all individuals will be required.
Yeah, it seems like more and more, facilities are going to be requiring either that, proof of vaccination or that negative COVID test. I know we're going up to the Dodgers game this weekend, and that's on their website. So you kind of have to get with it.
And even aside from the larger events, we're seeing across the country, more and more cities and states are starting to require proof of vaccination to even go into a restaurant or a bar.
Gym, yeah, absolutely.
Which, the virus is getting really bad, hurting a lot of people. And it's nice to know that organizations and cities and communities are really coming together to, do their part in preventing more.
Absolutely. And we know people want to get out, like this weekend. We do have an event coming up. So the 10th annual Uptown Jazz Fest will take place this week at Houghton Park. This year's festival will feature headliner Sheila E., who's set to perform on Saturday, as well as other live performers, food trucks, vendor booths, a kids zone, and more all weekend. This year's festival theme is In This Together, which promotes a healthy, safe summer with a focus and emphasis on health-related resources, COVID-19 outreach, vaccinations, and education. The festival will feature on-site vaccinations, testing, and health resources. Concerts will be held all day, each day, and are free to the community. Attendees are encouraged to bring their own low-back lawn chairs, blankets, and picnic baskets. A few rules to remember, though, when you are attending the event: there are no canopies or tents allowed. Also, bringing your own alcohol is prohibited, as there is a beer and wine garden available for consumption within the boundaries. No smoking is allowed, and public transportation or ride sharing is encouraged, as parking is off-site and limited. For more information on the festival and to review the COVID-19 rules, visit the 10th annual Uptown Jazz Festival page on Facebook. That's going to be a lot of fun, and you're actually going to be there.
I am. So I'm super, super excited. And if you are there, you will most likely catch me either at the stage or at the beer and wine garden. So please stop by and say hi.
Absolutely.
Super, super
Those concerts
excited.
would be so fun.
Oh, God, yeah. Especially to see so many of these great headlining performances.
Absolutely. Sheila E., I know my dad is like so excited for that. That's awesome.
But let us know what's going on in your area. If you see any news in your neighborhood, call or text us at 562-653-NEWS. That's 562-653-6397.
Thank you for watching. Please stay safe and enjoy your weekend. Don't forget to tune in next Friday to find out what's new in Long Beach, from local attractions to breaking news. I'm Alicia Burke.
And I'm Daniel Drake. This has been your weekly update with Long Beach Local News.